If you've ever felt that being a good Christian meant behaving a certain way, controlling what you feel, saying yes even when you were completely exhausted inside, and maintaining an image so you wouldn't disappoint anyone, this message is for you. Because there are moments when you love God but don't fit into that mold, and that doesn't make you fake or less of a believer. Today we're going to dismantle the myth that there is a standard Christian behavior, using the Bible to show that following Jesus is not about acting perfect or pleasing everyone, but about living from the truth of who you really are. And this is only the first layer. For a long time we were taught that Christian behavior should look good on the outside. Speaking the right way, reacting the right way, enduring in silence and appearing strong even when everything inside is falling apart. But if God looks at the heart and not at appearances, why do we live so focused on how others see us? The Bible doesn't present flawless believers. It presents real people walking with God from within their humanity. When we confuse faith with appearance, we begin to live tired, guilty, and disconnected. Being a Christian isn't about playing a spiritual role. It's about walking with God from who you truly are, even when that doesn't look good to others. And understanding this prepares us for a truth that's even more uncomfortable. Many were taught that always saying yes is a sign of love and obedience. But when that yes comes from fear of disappointing others or having your faith questioned, it stops being love and becomes a burden. If Jesus said that our yes should be yes and our no should be no, why do we feel guilty every time we set a boundary? Saying no doesn't make you selfish or less Christian. Sometimes it's the only way not to betray yourself. Because serving from exhaustion and pressure eventually damages the very heart from which you love. And here's an uncomfortable question. How many times did you accept something that broke you inside just to protect a spiritual image? This leads us to see Jesus through different eyes. Because Jesus was not people-pleasing, and that breaks many assumptions. If pleasing everyone were the right thing, why did he confront, unsettle, and speak truths that even offended those who followed him? Love doesn't always mean pleasing, and faithfulness doesn't always mean being well-liked. Jesus showed that truth, when lived in love, also sets boundaries, and that living with integrity can bring rejection, but it also brings freedom. Holding your yes and your no in faith can hurt, but it gives you back something people-pleasing takes away: inner freedom. And there's still one essential part missing. Because this isn't only about decisions and boundaries, it's also about emotions. Feeling fear, sadness, frustration, or anger doesn't make you a bad Christian. It makes you human. The Bible never denied that. If emotions were a mistake, why does God name them again and again in Scripture? The problem isn't feeling. The problem is punishing yourself for feeling and hiding from God when you need Him most. Faith doesn't begin when you stop feeling. It begins when you come before God as you are, without masks, allowing Him to work in your humanity instead of in a perfect version that doesn't exist. And all of this leads us to the real solution. The solution isn't behaving better. The solution is living in truth. Being a Christian isn't about being perfect, it's about being authentic. Saying yes when it comes from the heart, not from fear. Saying no when protecting your inner life is also obedience. Allowing yourself to feel without guilt and walking with God without self-punishment. When you integrate your humanity with your faith, you discover that the peace you were searching for was never in meeting expectations, but in stopping the performance. And you realize that God never asked for flawless behavior. He asked for a sincere heart, and that changes everything. How many times did you say yes so others would think you're a good Christian, even though inside you were tired, overwhelmed, or wounded? If this question makes you uncomfortable, you're not alone. Here we talk about faith without masks, real emotions, and a Christian life without forced perfection. So if this message resonated with you, stay with us and follow the channel.